Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Play Slay the Spire. Ascension mode level 2 is the Ironclad. Last one went really well as the Silence. Kid, no one to remind you, you can, you. I don't think we like this one anymore. I think, potions are transient. I've been using them less and less. I'm not going to say they're a crutch. They help. They can save you. But I think I'd rather have a random rare card. Now you look at this and you go, okay, so what does that do? Well, if we get curses and we keep a thin deck, that card can be amazing. Otherwise, it's dead. Because I'll read the card more closely, but I'm pretty sure it only does anything if you use it to exhaust. Yeah, why not? It only does anything if you use it to exhaust a status or a curse. So it's really, really good against enemies like the Hexaghost. You could also use it to exhaust, like, a skill. Or even a strike, if you were so inclined. But at 1 energy, that's not going to be, like, an appropriate use of our time. And our resources and our energy in particular. So I'm trying to think. I do like Flame Barrier. This is where I need Spirebot to do some votes for me. Perfected Strike. Well, let's think about this. It's going to deal 6 damage plus 2 for every card containing Strike. So it's going to do 16 damage for 2 right now. Strictly better than Heavy Blade at base strength. Why not? We'll take this early, and then that allows us to make easier decisions for our cards as we move through. Remove, transform, or upgrade. Well, let's take a look at our deck real quick. It makes every strike better. Just does more damage if we get a curse. So we can remove, upgrade, or transform. A transform kind of scares me. A remove is always good. We just remove probably a defend, I guess, because we can't remove a strike. But let's try an upgrade. I think we'll upgrade this, and then it'll deal 21 damage for 2 energy. Which is really nice. Though I will say, and I'm not saying this to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you. The way you do the things you do reminds me of my Alexis Coop. We like this. We actually like this. First off, Unceasing Top. Say you love me again is not a bad relic in its own right, but now we have a curse that actually works with Immolate. So we'll bash. And then we will Immolate our curse and do a lot of damage. I'm not going to say this is always going to work out that perfectly, but, you get the idea. I wish Perfected Strike, what I was going to say before I got distracted, I wish Perfected Strike showed you in the deck how much damage it was doing. So this is going to deal 24, which is actually 36 here. Amazing. Anything with Strike is going to be a really attractive candidate early on. We don't want to add so many blank strikes that we, yeah, I think we can afford that. We don't want to add so many blank strikes that we end up in a situation where we're like, we can't draw our Perfected Strike, but... So we'll upgrade our Pommel. Again, our deck's pretty thin. This helps us get through it faster. And getting an extra card draw is an above average upgrade. This is a great fight to immolate a curse on. I'm begging you. Make it plausible. Okay. Well, we'll do the classic, like... Hopefully get a unit killed as soon as possible here. So we're going to draw our curse on the next turn. Could be worse. We're probably going to take some heat here. That's just to be understood. But essentially, if we ever get Immolate to work... I have to play it on you, unfortunately. Unless we're really going to bank on drawing into Immolate plus Regret next time, which I think is... And it also substitutes as a block. Let me add, by the way, that these guys are adding, like, Ethereal Dazes to our deck. So, actually, Immolate is going to be fairly easy to enable now that I think about it. But we still have to draw Enable. Or so we have to draw Immolate, I should say. And we didn't, so I feel somewhat justified here. I'm gonna stay aggro because then all we need to do is kill you next turn, and that could substitute as a block for 8. I like this deck a lot so far. It's aggressive. I hate it. Dude, I hear me out here. It's aggressive, but it's not merely a deck full of clashes, which is what most of our aggressive Ironclad decks end up being. We haven't had a successful Perfected Strike deck yet, I think, so I'm very happy. That's just exquisite. You're dead now. And good. You're probably done next turn. 21, is there a Perfected Strike? Yeah, you're definitely dead then. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So far, so good, man. Perfected Strike is a real, genuine finisher. Rudic Dodecahedron is useless right now, but it's, I like Bludgeon, I think. Ah, but Shrug It Off gives us that card draw that could enable some stuff for us. Perfected Strike is almost a better Bludgeon because it's cheaper, but adding a second one that's slightly worse is not necessarily that bad, you know what I mean? I think we have to hit this, unfortunately, but we'll see. Maybe we'll look a lot better after this fight. Runic Dodecahedron we'd like to make work, but it's unlikely. Wow, this is beautiful. And we didn't get what we wanted, which is to, doesn't really matter what we play here. We could either play a strike and remove his block and take the same amount of damage, or we could play a block and do nothing and take the same amount of damage. So why did I gain block there? That's just we should have just done strike, 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 or more accurately strike, strike. But anyway, I love Cleave, I really do, but I think Battle Trance keeps our deck meaningfully thin. Let's see what our relic is. Tori, dude, it's a really good relic. I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna go for the elite. I'm gonna play aggro early and hope that it works out. So we're gonna start with the Battle Trance. Ends up being like the worst, but we'll throw up a quick block and we'll bash him. And we'll lose 4 HP and then another 3 on top of that. So it's bad. I'd rather weaken the elite. We might need to. Actually, that's right, because with Tori, we took a lot less damage than I expected. So we're gonna pommel, and we can't draw into the curse, but drawing Perfected Strike probably kills you. You're very lucky. You don't even know how lucky you are. That being said, we're gonna draw Perfected Strike next turn, so go ahead and hit me for 1, and then you're dead. Beautiful. Good damage output. Not great defense necessarily, but good damage output. Throw a Flex in here. I think I probably lean on Flex a little bit too much, but I'm happy to see it nonetheless. Straight up, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the start. Next turn, we'll probably maybe try like a Swift Potion. We'll probably throw a Weak Potion out there as well. The idea is, I'd really, really like to draw Immolate, but let's see. Well, we have to play Perfected Strike while he's vulnerable. So we're going to take 5, which should actually be 1, now that I think about it. Sucks because we're going to lose a lot of HP for Regret, but we're also going to deal 43 damage to him immediately, which is really nice. And we blocked for 8. It's something. So we know we're going to get Immolate on the next turn. Will we get a curse? Not necessarily. Definitely not. Okay, so just pop that, and I think we strike him 3 times. Oh, Ruka. Hello. Yeah, hey, buddy. What's wrong? I want to sleep in here. I'm sick of sleeping out there. I want to sleep in here now. Okay, buddy. Welcome. Hello. That was fine, actually. We're low on HP, but we have been very aggressive early. I think we skip. Even though a Berserk is quite nice. I think we skip. I don't know, though. It's a bit of a tight call. Let's go shop first. By the way, Ice Cream. Super happy to have it. Even if we can't always enable it. Are we early enough to make a, to make Matrushka work? Yeah. Kind of like a Clash as well, even if it's not really in keeping with the spirit of the deck. So it comes down to, oh, you're in a playful mood, unfortunately. Hello. Matrushka, I think, is kind of over. It's basically like, hey, pay 250 gold for 2 random relics. 2 random chest relics. I think I'd rather have Toolbox, which is going to be immediately useful instead of costing us a lot and not necessarily being useful until we come across chests. There's only one chest per floor, so... We start with Jack of all trades. Add a random colorless card to your hand. Shiv. Hey! We got the essential benefit of having played an Infinite Blades. I'm gonna try to keep my HP high enough that if I rest, I could conceivably be at full HP. But, I don't know. Hey, cat. Just sit in my lap like a normal cat. Like a normal feline cat. You are dead. Not the cat. The cat's alive and well. But, this guy's dead. Again, I'm gonna try to skip pretty regularly at least. Let's go! We're gonna get extra energy from being at full HP. Not that we necessarily need it, but... Still. Well... This is a weird one. You know you're gonna want to play Perfected Strike. Let's try a Battle Trance really quick. Even before our Pommel. We could bash Perfected Strike. Or we could bash... Do we really... I don't think we want to bash. Maybe we just want a Perfected Strike. Like, Perfected Strike, defend, clash. That's not as good. What we want to do is, like... but he's going to get some block back, isn't he? We're going to start with that. He's got 20. We could deal 16, which is obviously useless. Or we could deal 14, which is obviously bad. We might as well make him vulnerable. The other thing we could have done is rolled 2 energy over, but I think it's worth spending 2 energy to give him 2 vulnerable, maybe. If we're not doing anything else, at the present moment at least. So this is a problem. This strictly is, like, bad with dodecahedron. I still like this because it's actually only 1 damage, thanks to Tori. Hello, my feline friend. Anyway, we're going to crush this guy. I'm just, right now, this is like a workshop to see if we're ever going to be able to make runic dodecahedron work consistently, and the answer appears to be like, freaking hell no. Honestly, if we can afford to, let's roll over the energy. What's my reasoning? It's extremely simple. I'd rather strike next turn, even without the added benefit of flex. I'd rather strike next turn when it doesn't deal 3 damage to us. This is good. Still good. Probably... hit him with the Clash first, then hit him with the Pommel. He's gonna hit you for 7, but actually he's gonna hit you for, like, 2 because of Tori. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we definitely want a Perfected Strike. This is gonna make Regret worse, but who cares? I guess is really what it essentially comes down to. I think we'll just roll an energy over into next turn. Could have played 1 and saved 1 HP. Big whoop. Start like this, and then we'll see. We want to draw our Curse, which we cannot. We want to draw Clash. Druid defend. Alright, we'll pass turn. Again, it's with Ice Cream, sometimes you end up carrying a balance, which is nice. And then on a turn where you really need it, you can do something with that extra energy. See, this is like, it's gonna hurt us, but it's hopefully gonna hurt him a lot more. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it, man. I'll race you. I ain't ever scared. That's what you gotta know about me. Hey, cat. Don't do that, please. You're gonna deal 20 damage. That's like, I bet you think that's a lot, which is hilarious. But actually, you're gonna deal 3 damage. Tori against this guy is 10 out of 10. And he's dead. And honestly, it looks like it was closer than it was. We threw a lot of HP away to kill him like a turn faster. I mean, we don't like Brutality. Exhume, because it ruins Runic Dodecahedron, but so does our Curse. I think we don't want any of this. As silly as it sounds. Like, I know it's probably not a good habit to skip boss relics or boss cards, but... Ah, man. Speaking of which... Snecko Eye. We just had a Snecko Eye run, and we only have 2 cards that cost 2. No, we have 3 cards. No, we have 2 cards that cost 2. We have 3 cards that cost 0. I don't think it fits, so I'm going to choose... I know I just said don't make our deck thick, but I'm like... I'm hoping we get a lot of cards with strike in the name, or a lot of cards that are otherwise useful. I think Disarm fits the bill. We're going to add a True Grit so we have a better chance to exhaust our curse. I don't think this is worth it. So it's kind of a whiff, I think. The cards aren't bad, but they don't fit with our synergy. And our idea was to keep our deck really, really thin. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like the boss relics are oftentimes bad. More often than I'd like them to be bad, they end up being bad. I'm gonna start with a Shrug It Off just to see if we got like anything to do on this turn, and we don't. So we'll pass and store some energy. Yeah, so confidence is now a little lower than it used to be. It's like you want to start with Bash, but you want to start with card draw as well to see what you get. So I think we'll start here. Oh yeah, okay. So we probably then want to disarm. 13. Then we can Perfected Strike. And we can Clash. And we might as well strike. Enjoy the energy while it lasts. Let's try a Flex. We're very likely to draw our curse, but we could draw True Grit as well. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, but it exhausts... Until it's upgraded, it exhausts a random card. You madman. I'd rather have energy and lose 1 extra HP. Go for it. So we kind of want to upgrade True Grit. But we'd rather upgrade armaments and hope it hits True Grit. I think that's a better use of our time. Probably. 20 damage. But you used to deal more damage? You used to deal 27? I didn't remove any strike cards from our deck. How did that... I don't understand. How did that happen? Either way, a Bash Perfected Strike just kills you. It leaves you with 1! Because I'm weak. Oh, that's why I was doing less damage. I knew I was weak on the calculation for Bash. I just didn't realize I was weak. I realized I was weak on the Perfected Strike. I didn't realize I was weak on the Bash. I mean, of course, I obviously am weak on both of them. All I mean is that I was like 8 damage plus this. That'll do it. I'm not going to lose all my gold. So we do get the Relic for fighting these guys, which I think is actually pretty good. Alright. You should go first then. Great start. Well, we go Romeo. Question marks scare me. They make me think something's gonna happen next turn. This cat. You are so silly. Why cannot you be a normal cat? Start with a shrug. I don't love that turn, but first guy should hit us for... You're gonna hit us for 6. That's extremely... I wish that they worked in the inverse order, that we would have taken a little less damage because of Tori, but I think at least. Jesus. These guys, they're not just joking around. So we're gonna take 1... No, we're gonna take 6 damage from that guy, I think. No, we took 1. My math was incorrect. Then we took 18 from the next guy. It's pretty bad. Now we do the math. We could even do the monster math. 7 damage to all enemies? And then 22 damage. And this deals 22. You're still gonna... I'm gonna take a hit, unfortunately. But it does immolate our curse, so we have to do it, I think. And then 22 damage. What a waste. It takes out an enemy, and we're doing this to get a relic, but I'm a little upset. Please. Why? Oh, we should have rolled over that energy. Okay, I'm tilting. Ruka, I'm tilting. I'm gonna need you to get in the box and then just relax, because Daddy is losing his mind fighting this guy, who should not be nearly this hard, but is. So, we don't need Flame Barrier. I would rather shrug it off and then flex and then bash, and we take 2 damage, but you're vulnerable and will be killed. And where do we go from here? Straight through to a bunch of question marks that could be combat and possibly ruin our life. These are going to be 999s, so we're going to heal for 6. Red mask, and a regen potion is pretty valuable. Add a twin strike, dude. The strikes are going to make the perfected strike better. Obviously, I would like to add a perfected strike. There are many perfected strikes. Remove a card from my deck for 75 gold. Yeah, we got time. I know, you're the cleric. Hello. It's like we want to remove the curse, but then Immolate is useless. But it's probably worth it, isn't it? Sorry, Immolate. But then it makes Immolate a dead card. But even still, as our deck gets thicker, it's like, it's just not good. We'll be happy to have Immolate when we're fighting enemies that fill our deck with trash. Magic Flower means we heal for 9 now. And, you know, if we get like a bandage card, that's even better. But remove all strikes, obtain 5 bites, lose 30%. At some point, maybe I'll consider this. And that point is now. Why? I think it gives us a better chance to maybe use Runic Dodecahedron, is really the honest answer. It's so much combat, I can't. I actually can't. We are going to have to skip a shot, but we only have 95 gold, so I think this is better. I think this is smarter. And remember, it's not like who can beat it in style, it's who can beat it. Are we gonna really do this? Seems a little aggressive. Hit me with that as well. Alright, heal me up, Buttercup baby. Smack him around. Take off a little bit more. Oh, you fool. Right, now that you've got some exhaust, or at least you had some exhaust that time, just remember, you know, we rolled over some energy, which is awesome. But we do want to be careful still. My feline friend, please, what are you doing? You can't sit there. I think it's worth it. We'll heal for 4. We'll take your armor down a little bit. Actually, right, it's not healing for 4, it's healing for 6. Right, we're a genius. We actually took the exact synergy we should have. Turns out I'm very smart. I just didn't realize it. Alright, so being frail is no joke, but pop flex. Why wouldn't we pop a perfected strike? Well, because it's expensive. Fair enough. Okay, let's think about it. Would we rather remove some of his strength? Heal for 3? Hit him with a pommel? Put up some defend? Would we rather smack him around a bit? I think I just want to smack him. We got to get that armor down. He's hitting us, we're hitting him. You know what we should have done is gotten enough blocks so Tori worked well. Yeah, I see it. Like, for example, that's 3 block. That's really bad. But this means we take 1 damage. And this really cuts down on his armor. Wonderful. Yeah, we should take 1 damage here. Much better. Thanks to Tori. Which you can see, like, it flashes when it's being used. And now we're no longer frail, which is even better. So, like this, I don't think we take 1 damage, but it's not bad. Let's heal up. We definitely want to use both of our heals. They're almost like blocks, in a way. And then we decide. Hit him for 14 and take 14? Ah, no, absolutely not. Block the first 7 at least. And then take 7, I think. 6. Math's not what it used to be, apparently. If we play a defend, we don't get the benefit of the Tory synergy, but we do get to play Clash. We could just as easily, like, pommel. It won't kill you. It will not kill you. But you can't hurt me, and you'll take a little damage in the process. I'm trying to, again, engineer a way that we can actually get Runic Dodecahedron to give us 4 energy per turn, as if it's actually a good relic, instead of a relic that's kind of trash. Ideal move would just be to kill you. Yeah, let's do that. We can always heal once we enter the next fight anyway. Oh, dude. Reaper's amazing. I probably should have taken Reaper. I snap-kept the card that had Strike in the title. So give me an armaments upgrade, which is just gonna, when we play it, it'll upgrade every other card. I think the keys to this run are gonna be Ice Cream and Tory. And then maybe just like healing synergy as well. But remember, Reaper has better healing as well. Whenever you apply Vulnerable, apply 1 week. Now, if we can just get enemies started with Vulnerable, like Bag of Marbles, Dare I? I think it can be fun. Let's try it. At the end of each turn, you can choose one of 3 random cards to shuffle into your draw pile. Key phrase here, you can choose one of 3 cards. So we should be able to choose a skip as well. It's a dangerous fight. Really would like you to die as soon as possible. Like a bash and a bite? Or a twin strike and a bite, and then a defend, which will then mean we take 1. I like it. Yeah, they don't fit. See, Tory is like, I think it's gonna crush. I'm just thinking, like, if I disarm you, you're gonna deal 11 damage. That's not gonna quite put you into Tory range. I think I'm still gonna disarm. I thought about using bite, but whenever you apply weak to enemies, apply vulnerable. That's what that we had, right? Whenever you apply vulnerable, apply weak. I mean, it maybe makes Shockwave slightly better, but I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think we need any of those either. So I'm gonna make this guy do nothing this turn, and he's weaker forever. So I think it works for us. It gives us longer to do our heals. Is my personal impression of it, at least. So he's gonna take a bunch of damage from this. We're gonna heal up a little. That I will take. It seems like a really good card, especially when your draw pile is thin as heck. And again, we don't dislike adding flexes, because we get, if we ever run out of cards, we just get on Ceasing Top anyway. And they're classic hit, every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. I mean, I'll twin strike you. I can't really do anything else. Like, I could True Grit, but I'd rather just block and then have nothing happen. Yeah, you know what? Like, throw a Reaper in here. It would be nice to heal up to maximum so that we can get that Runic Dodecahedron. This floor, my confidence has been, like, up and down. But it's definitely, like, up now. So, ideally... Wow. We're going to take 3 damage. I know it looks like we're taking more than 3, but we're taking 3 damage. I don't think I can kill you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite you. I'm going to bite you. I think I was going to bite you. So we're going to take 3 damage, but we just healed for 9. So I'm a happy man. And we're actually in healing to 100% range. We're in overheal range, technically. Well, shrug it off. I was just going to say, it's nice we can play a defend and be completely safe, but yeah. Playing a little slow here. Might need more attacks in this deck. It's so important to preserve that full HP. I think, at least. But it's a slow deck, my man. It is a slow deck now. Can't even play the Clash, is the thing. We need like an actual caltrops. I forget what, bronze scales, that's right. If we can get bronze scales, I'm a happy man. Excellent, okay. Everyone, you're gonna look at this and you're gonna go, well, in theory, you could get 20 damage done to all enemies on turn 1. Yeah, but like, I don't see it. I don't see it. And sure, maybe we could make Sentinel work. I don't see it. Not on the regular. Not without True Grit being updated. Upgraded, I should say. So we're on a turn now where we don't really need to play Bite unless we feel it's appropriate. 11 damage is pretty nice. So let's go on the weakest one. Should have done card draw first, of course. That's definitely not going to deal 16 damage. So like we'll bite, and we'll bite. We'll just get the kill. Would be nice to have something like Gremlin Horn. Taking out 1/3 of these enemies right off the bat is not terrible. It's funny that I thought this deck was going to be aggressive. Turns out that's not really the case. Well, I mean, immediately I kind of like Flame Barrier. And then this is 21 damage. Yeah, that's the right way to handle it, I think. They're going to take 4 each. We're going to take 0. Perfect. And another armaments. We like the block. The thing is, Tori has made block much more approachable for us. Because now, like, instead of they deal 8 damage, if we block for 5, we still take 3. We now just take 1, which is, like, seems way better. Like, again, on these guys. Probably play the whole hand, but we have to. If we don't, we would still... We're only going to take 1 now, so that second block maybe was not that valuable. Oh, let's go. That's what you're looking for. Add a pommel in there. Now we're going to take 0, so I'm completely for it. It ended up working out well, but mostly because we drew the 0 energy clash, of course, which is all clashes. But so I think you lose strength, and then if I shrug it off, now I'm taking 1 damage if you hit me, which is absolutely fine. And we'll start with gaining some energy. We'll pommel into a pommel, into a defend clash, and again, you're dealing no damage, so it's looking like we're in a fairly dominant position right now. 15 damage has never looked so easy. Again, I think we're always happy with Battle Trance. Although it does, if we play it last, it sort of ruins Unceasing Top. Although it says whenever you have no cards, so I don't know. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 3 damage. We don't need to put up too much block to stop this, so I think we do want to put Disarm on. He also took 3 damage out of it. Defend takes us down to taking 4 damage total, I think, here. But let's start with a Battle Trance to just see how it looks. Can't play our... Rather, shouldn't play our second Battle Trance. I think I'll just take you for 23 right off the cut. And I'll add a 0 energy debuff, you know, for having Sadistic Nature. So I'm going to get hit for 4, I think. No, just 2. Right. I had Tori all messed up again. It's a weird turn. We'll pass. We want to pass so that we can roll 1 energy into our next turn. We got a big leg up on this guy. It is worth playing a bite, even if it doesn't do any damage. In the reasoning for that, why you gotta cleave to your deck against a single enemy? The reason for that is that we now have full power, so we get 1 extra energy from Runic Dodecahedron. Well, this is pretty nice, actually, so we should probably bash. Not sure if I can kill you, but we can get close. It took all your armor off, thanks to the Sadistic Nature. Wow. We couldn't have done anything anyway, but that was obviously wrong. We're gonna take 3 damage, so it's no cost. It's really great against enemies that hit you for a little bit of damage many times in a single turn. I'd like to go back, please. I clicked a little bit too quickly. Alright. For 85 gold, it's not that bad. You think that would start healing us for 5? I just don't know if that's worth it. Like, I'd really like to make Bash cheap. True Grit and choosing a card is okay, but I don't know. You know, the extra heal, even if it's a little weak here, I can live with it, I think. We don't have a lot of HP to play with. That's the most important thing to keep in note, I think. You gonna hit me turn 1? Wow, you're weak. Bad move, buddy. I do want to bash you. Honestly, hit me for 1, and I'm gonna roll over some energy. I don't really want to use a bite. Power through is kind of interesting, because I'm like, we could use that to get an exhaust synergy going with Immolate, but we have 1 Immolate out of 27 cards, so like, who cares? Alright, I'm gonna flex. We should Battle Trance first, probably. Definitely want a Perfected Strike. First, Disarm. Hit him with that. Honestly, I do think it's worth blocking. We're going to take 1 damage. It's still... Oh, dude, please. It still puts us in a situation where a single bite takes us back to full HP. We're going to be debuffed, though. Why do I like Wild Strike, by the way? Well, the real reason... Thank you. And be vulnerable, please. And then probably... we can't get to the Twin Strikes. Or, sorry, we can't get to the Clash, so we'll probably just hit you with the... Twin Strike. Nah. I forgot what I was saying. Did I say that I want to get full HP so we get Runic Dodecahedron? I've said that a few times and I've meant it every single time. So I'm going to bite you. I'm going to bite you. And I think I'm going to pass. Save some energy for next turn. Honestly... Throw a Hemokinesis in here. We kind of would like feed permanently in our deck, but you call that a weapon, so we're going to be weakened. We haven't really done much damage to him. That's very fair. So how do we get around this? Well, could pretty easily lead to him doing 1 damage. Actually, he's going to deal 0 already. I'd kind of like to play Hemokinesis, but I'm going to pass turn. The reason for it is we get to... We don't do damage, but we get to keep our energy priority for the next turn. You know, we get to have 1 extra energy, basically. Flex. Battle Trance. It's a much more defensive deck than I had originally anticipated. So we definitely want to, like, defend. Battle Trance is just throwing it away for now, which is fine because it enables Clash. This turn... Oh, we have Unceasing Top. It doesn't work after you played Battle Trance. So we confirmed that theory, unfortunately. And sure, add an Intimidate. Why not? We're gonna be happy to see it. Probably. So we're gonna take 13. Not an insignificant amount of damage, all things considered. Flame Barrier means he takes 6 and we take 1, which is pretty good to begin with. But start with a Pommel. Get a little Twin Strike action, something. 22 damage. I think we do it like this. Block almost everything. If that was the upgraded bite, I might have considered it, but... Every strike we add is good, but then it also weakens him. Or it weakens him by making Perfected Strike better, which is not really weakening him, but you get the idea. Sure. I mean, Intimidate's kind of bad here, so... When I say sure, what I mean is, like, actually no, but... Actually, it's not bad, because it'll roll it over for one more turn now. Because of the fact we have Champion Belt. So every time we make an enemy vulnerable, we make them weak as well. But this is it's a bit of a slog, bit of a long one. Because we're frail, it's not a great turn for blocking. But you know what? I think we can afford to take a hit. So let's weaken him by making him vulnerable. And I think we'll follow it with a pommel. And we'll just hit him with a bite. We don't really want to draw into a bite. I'll let him hit me for 16. We like vulnerable because it does damage, it makes vulnerable, and it makes weak. So he's going to hit us hard. That's fine. Next turn, we know we're getting life gain if we want it. Well, this is what we want, though, is Perfected Strike. So Good Instincts is free. Perfected Strikes while he's vulnerable is... Or Perfected Strike, I should say, while he's vulnerable is nice. And then Clash is a no-brainer, and then you decide. Do you want to heal for 3, or do you want to keep him vulnerable and weak? And I think I'd like to keep him vulnerable and weak. Still, it's a closer fight than I'd like. He gets superpower now, right? Yeah. At least we're no longer weak. So he's got lethal already. Could be better. Yeah, it could be like a lot better. Are we dead? I think we're dead. I think like we're dead. I think we died. Yeah! I guess we should have finished him off a little faster there, but so be it. We tried. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.